Hey everybody, welcome to That's Good Broncos. I am Brandon Perna. This is the Broncos post-game recap show. The Denver Broncos and Chicago Bears just played in Chicago, and the Broncos beat the shit out of them 22-0, as we all expected. Now, it's a preseason game. The final score doesn't matter. History will not retell this game as a meaningful moment in football folklore. But what we did learn was that Mark Sanchez looked pretty good. He looked slightly better than Trevor Siemian. Sanchez was 10 of 13 for 99 yards with 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The touchdown was a pass to Demaryius Thomas down the right sideline. Looked like a wide open play. DT just blew the coverage away, and on that play, Sanchez got lit up by Danny Trevathan. So it's nice to see Trevathan playing really well and trying to kill all of our players. Trevor Siemian also looked pretty good, not quite as good as Sanchez. He didn't throw any touchdown passes, despite having 2 that could have been caught in the end zone, one by Cody Latimer and the other by Jordan Taylor. Both would have been tough catches. No, not Cody Latimer. I think it was Bennie Fowler who dropped it. Sorry, Bennie Fowler and Jordan Taylor. And then Paxton Lynch, you see the reason the Broncos drafted him. He has got the physical skills, and you're going to hear everybody say it, but it's true. He's athletic, he can run, he can make great throws. He's just, you can see he's trying to learn the offense. He's trying to learn to play in the NFL, so it will be fun to watch Paxton Lynch develop. Other than that, I mean, it's a preseason game. I don't want to get too excited. It's easy to sit here right now and say, based on that game, the Broncos are going to go back to the Super Bowl, which is what we are all thinking. But there's a little part inside of us that's saying, oh yeah, they're going to do it, and it's because the defense looked dominant again. It's like they picked up right where they left off. Talib wasn't playing, DeMarcus Ware wasn't playing, Von Miller wasn't playing, Chris Harris wasn't playing, and the defense still got 6 or 7 sacks. I thought it was 7, it might be 6. I'll have to check that stat. It was crazy. Sure, they're playing Chicago. We know John Fox is going to come out in a preseason game and play vanilla football. Wade Phillips was doing some blitzes. The Bears probably weren't prepared for that. But you got to be excited that Jared Crick on the defensive line is stepping up, because a big concern is replacing Malik Jackson. It looks like Crick will answer the call. Also, Adam Gotsis was playing pretty well out there. Will Parks at safety. He had a great open field tackle and a sack. There's a lot to be excited about without getting too excited, because it's the first preseason game. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to tell myself that, but it was nice to watch some motherfucking football, because I've been watching practice after practice all day, and practice is boring. Practice compared to watching a real game is very boring, but there is depth on the defense again. So I think even though we lost Danny Trevathan as well, the linebackers, it looks like Todd Davis, he's going to probably take that starting position, but there's some depth there too. Dakota Watson, I think, had a sack and a quarterback hit. He was flying all over the place. It's just very encouraging to see so many guys playing well. And I think the Broncos are going to have a good season based on the little bit we've seen so far. On the offensive side of the ball, going back over there, Cody Latimer had a big game. I think Simeon's first 3 passes were completions to Cody, and Sanchez's first 2 passes were completions to Latimer. So you have to like the receiving core. That's another deep position right now. You got Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders. They're going to lock down those number 1 and number 2 positions. And then the Broncos have to find a slot receiver, which will either be Norwood or Khalif Raymond, who also looked decent as a punt returner, as did Braylon Addison. But Bennie Fowler, Cody Latimer, Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, if those are your 4 receivers, the Broncos receiving core is going to be stacked. fact, Virgil Green started off the game pretty hot too. I think he had 3 catches on the first drive. He converted a third down that he got a little lucky because he rolled over the Bears defender, not going down, had a heads-up play, kept running. So it's nice to see Virgil Green finally getting the passing targets that he deserves. He has earned those. So like I said on Twitter, follow me at Brandon Perna. Go ahead and draft Virgil Green number 1 overall. That's my bold fantasy prediction of the season. We need to see a little bit more from the quarterbacks. You would have liked to see Sanchez make it through his quarter without throwing an interception. It wasn't necessarily that he made a terrible throw. The Bears defender, I forget who tipped the ball, made a hell of a play, but he kind of baited Sanchez into making that throw, and that's just one of those things that you don't want to see. It's kind of been the knock on Sanchez, and it's been the knock on him in training camp. Every practice, he seems to make one bad throw that turns into an interception. And if the Broncos offense is able to avoid those sort of turnovers this year, they had a lot of them last season, and yes, they won the Super Bowl, but if they are able to avoid them, then they can be a very, very good football team that is balanced on offense and defense. Bennie Fowler on special teams blocked a punt, which turned into a touchdown by Zaire Anderson. Brandon McManus made his first 2 field goals, then had one blocked, and he went in to make the tackle. He almost got hurdled, but I saw him hitting the sled at practice, and I'm pretty sure he was excited to try to make that tackle on the block field goal. He missed one, but it's preseason for everybody. The punting battle is still going on. Colquitt looked perfect. Riley Dixon looked pretty good too, so expect that to linger probably until the Broncos decide on the final roster. But Kubiak after the game basically said it best that the team found ways to score on all phases, offense, defense, and special teams. The one concern I do have is, besides the 6 points that were left on the field by the blocked field goal and the missed field goal, is that this offense only scored 1 touchdown. That was kind of the problem last year. They would move the ball well and then struggle in the red zone. Sanchez's touchdown wasn't even a red zone touchdown when the offense was led into the red zone by Simeon. They struggled. So that is something that was a problem last year. It's too soon to say whether that would be an ongoing problem this year. It's just one thing I noticed. I'm just saying the one bad thing I noticed. Other than that, pretty good fucking preseason game. So thanks for watching. That's Good Sports. Make sure you subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. That's Good Sports. Give me a follow on Twitter at Brandon Perna. And make sure you check out all my content at BSN Denver. We are producing tons of Colorado sports content. Rockies, Nuggets, Avalanche, Broncos, of course, CU, CSU, it's all there. And thank you to my friends at the Mile High Report who continue to support this channel as well. And yeah, let's get ready for the full game breakdown, which will hopefully be up tomorrow if I work hard.